quick little precursor. This was a live that I did last night, but I am re-uploading it and kind of condensing it down because towards the end it kind of got crazy. So just enjoy.
Everywhere, this is for you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and this is Philly the podcast. So today, I know another impromptu live. You guys are probably like, "What's going on?" My life has been a little bit hectic these past couple days, but I still want to bring some content. So today, I wanted to quickly talk about three main matchups that I'm watching. All right. So I'm watching for three main matchups against the Atlanta Falcons, three position battles, I guess you can say. We're going to go over that real quick. Quick shout out to everybody already in the chat. We got Jinx in here, Adi B in here, Philly Girl in here, Member Salute. What's going on? Bird Gang in the building. You the GOAT, bro. You the GOAT. We got Escape the Night. He says, "Wake me up when it's Thursday." I like that. Yes, sir. What's good, Eagles #1 fan? Big Moose in the building. What's going on? Big Play Slay in the building. What's going on, Vic? What's going on? Dake Prescoot. I like that name. Like the rap song you got in there. You know how we get down. So let's talk about this, man. We're gonna make it very, very simple. Like I said, there's three things I'm really watching for, three positional battles that I'm looking for. First one, I think everybody's looking at this, is going to be Jalen Hurts versus Matt Ryan, right? We have to see what Jalen Hurts is all about. Matt Ryan can put up numbers. Matt Ryan can put up some passing yards. He can put up some points in a hurry. Obviously, they have a pretty good wide receiving core led by Calvin Ridley. You got Russell Gage over there. Obviously, you got Kyle Pitts at the tight end position, he's been kind of split out a little bit. So, we'll see what happens. But realistically, he said, "Joe Castro's not you crazy, bro." But realistically, I just need to see Jalen Hurts go out there and perform, man. I don't feel like he has to do anything extravagant. Use your legs when it's smart to. Use your arm when it's wise to. Take the plays that are in front of you. And I feel like if Jalen Hurts does that, because he can run so well, he's going to have success. He's going to have instant success. Now, as far as Matt Ryan, on the other hand, we need to slow Matt Ryan down. We need to make sure we're pressuring him. And I've said this before. I said this when we were doing the record prediction, that I feel like the Eagles are pretty good at slowing down that offense. Obviously, it not being at home, it being in Atlanta might play into their hands a little bit. But I think this defense can slow down Matt Ryan, especially this defensive line. I don't see any reason why we can't get back there for 2-3 sacks this game. I really can't see why not. And I would love to see some turnovers. We've talked to Chris McPherson a couple times, and something that he kept on saying to me was that they have this thing called the Eagle Claw now, right? So I want to see that Eagle Claw in action. I want to see some turnovers. I want to see some gritty defense against Matt Ryan. And like I said, on the other side, Jalen Hurts, just do what you have to do. Don't do too much. Don't try to win the game on one play. Just play within the offense and play within yourself. We hear play within the offense a lot, but sometimes the offense just breaks down. Sometimes the play that is called is just not a good play call. Sometimes you have to be willing to kill a play. And I will say this, and I'm not saying that he's Tom Brady, guys. So before I say this, don't take it like that. But if you look at why Tom Brady is so great, it's because he's willing to move on to the next play. He's willing to take 2 or 3 yards and move on. So, that's what we need to see from Jalen Hurts. But I think we'll see it. I really do think we'll see it. Now, the next thing that I'm looking at is our running backs. I'm probably going to go over 3, to be honest with you. It is what it is. But I'm looking at our running backs versus their front seven. All right. Atlanta Falcons they've never really been known for their defense. If anything, they've been known for their defense being kind of bad. I don't know if that's changed over these past couple of years. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and act like I know, but I feel like we can take advantage of their front seven. I feel like you have Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, and Boston Scott if Jordan Howard ends up getting brought up. I thought it was kind of interesting that Jordan Howard was mentioned by Nick Sirianni in the press conference. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe it does. We'll see what happens. But we have those 3, possibly 4 running backs. I think that they all bring something different, and they all bring something that the Atlanta Falcons are going to have to calculate for. So what I'm looking for is I would love to see some 2-back sets. I would love to see some of these wide receivers splitting out as, some of these running backs splitting out as wide receivers. Listen, Boobie, you got to catch the ball. Miles Sanders, you have to catch the ball. I understand that a lot of people are under the notion, and shout out to my guy, Philly Notion, by the way. But I know a lot of guys are under the notion that Miles Sanders is probably going to be handcuffed to just running the ball. Kenneth Gainwell would just be that receiving back. But at the end of the day, you can't be that predictable. You can't run an offense where you can tell what plays are going to be called by the personnel. So I don't see us doing that. I see Miles Sanders still being a factor in this pass catching, in this receiving game, I should say. I still see Boston Scott getting some of those screens. So while I do think Kenneth Gainwell will probably make the bulk of those receptions, I definitely think that every running back is still going to be asked to be a receiving back. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to see this running back group, whether Jordan Howard's in there or not, really take advantage of this front seven. That's really what I'm looking at. I'm running behind in comments, so let's see who's in here. He said, I'm very intrigued to see Ridley versus Slay. That was going to be my next one. It's going to be the wide receivers versus the cornerbacks. Josh Sweat is going to eat. I'm looking forward to seeing this defense. This defense is going to definitely going to be interesting. Battle of the Birds. I'm taking the Eagle over a Falcon every day. Every day. Kanye is not a better artist than Eminem, brother. Bro, yes, he is, man. Yes, he is, bro. Yes, he is. I said this on Twitter. People were trying to roast me. People were trying to kill me. I'm standing behind it. You look at, and I know this has nothing to do with football, but if you look at Kanye's whole discography, I'm taking it over M's. I'm taking it over M's. Devontae Smith will be a top 5 in yards this year. I could definitely see that. I could see him definitely getting his fair share of targets as well. The only thing that kind of worries me, I don't want to say worries me, but the only thing that makes me shy away from this Eagles wide receiving core is I don't really know who's going to be that guy. We all assume it's going to be Devontae Smith, but we have so much talent and so many questions at the wide receiver position still. Is Quez Watkins as real as we think he is? He could be. So if he is, I mean, Devontae, they might just be seeing a split. And I think Jalen Hurts is one of those guys that he's going to go to the guy that is supposed to be open. And if it's not always designed to go to Devontae Smith, I don't see the ball always going to Devontae Smith, but it should be interesting. Sanders is going to have a breakout year. I hope so, man. I definitely hope so. My teacher asked me what the capital of North Carolina was, and I said Washington, D.C. She said, no, you're wrong. And I said, you got to be right. She got mad. Yo, Jalen also ish lately. That's why I know he's going to say something crazy, but that's why I read it, because he's been making me laugh lately. I want to see how we handle Pitt. So, yeah. So, listen, Joe, stop the Eminem slander. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's how I'm feeling. All right, so realistically, let's talk about this, right? The cornerback situation, the secondary in general. We're going into it. We just picked up a guy. Not going to sit here and act like I remember his name, because I don't. But we just picked up another cornerback. So now we have 5 on the active roster. So we're looking at a starting group of Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, and Avonte Maddox. I don't know why I spaced on that. And if we want to throw 4 out there, you're probably looking at Zach McPherson as the next man up. What does this mean to me? This means that Darius Slay is probably going to be covering Calvin Ridley. And he said earlier this offseason that he wants to follow the best wide receiver. He wants to shadow the guy. He wants to take on the number 1 guy. He doesn't want to just take over a side. So I could see him shadowing him. I could definitely see him getting his wish. Now, you look at Steve Nelson. Steve Nelson, he's probably going to be on Russell Gage. They might throw him on Kyle Pitts a couple times. Like, I could see him moving around a little bit. I'm a little bit worried. I'm not sure how he's going to really do, but he is a wild card in this situation. But we have to see. We have to see what the Eagles are going to do with this secondary, because there's so many options. We have so many different linebackers. Do some of these guys, drop back into coverage? What is our scheme going to be? You know, our defensive line at the end of the day, the mindset of a defensive line, I don't think changes much from scheme to scheme, but the same cannot be said about a secondary. The secondary usually has assignments. The secondary usually has things that they have to do, whether it's areas they have to cover or man assignments or, you know, zone gaps, whatever it may be. Same thing with linebackers. They're filling holes. That, you know, that it changes from scheme to scheme. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this scheme brings for our secondary. I think that we're probably going to get a little bit roasted, y'all. I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to be the guy that roasts us, but I could see these wide receivers having a nice little day on us. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know if I feel 100% confident in our secondary this game. Eagles will run the ball 35 times for 200 plus yards, control the line of scrimmage. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Eagles dress 48 players on game day. Who are the 7 dressed in street clothes week 1? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would have to look at the whole roster. Let me pull up this roster real quick. All right, so let's check it out. I would say one of the quarterbacks. So I'm going to assume Gardner Minshew. So that's one. I'm going to assume Jack Stahl. Well, Tyree Jackson is still on, so we'll go with this. Do I say Jack Stahl? I'll say Jack Stahl. I can see all our offensive linemen suiting up. I mean, if I had to pick one of the offensive linemen, I really don't know who they would sit. Maybe Brett Toth. I don't think they would really sit any of these guys. You're probably going to see a couple linebackers not dressed up. Probably like Davion Taylor, Jannard Avery. I don't see really dressing up. Maybe Patrick Johnson not dressing up. And then at safety, you only got 4. That's a good question. I have to dig into that. I have to dig into that and give you a good answer. That might be a video on its own. Shout out to Richie. That was a really good question. Toth, J-Jar, Minshew, Dickerson stole 2 of the linebackers. I could see that, but the thing with me is that Dickerson might not even be active. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Cowboys are 3rd, but at best, yeah, they're not going to be that great this year. I don't think they're going to be that great. The mindset of defensive line is getting sacks. Exactly. Your job as a defensive line does not change usually. You know what I'm saying? Your job as a defensive line is to go and get them sacks. The first game is about turnovers. If the Eagles protect the ball, they should win by 2 scores. I could see that. Damn, it's hot, y'all. Y'all see what I do for y'all? I have like these crazy lights right now. Beaming on me, bro. We need the Eagles to finally get a turnover on defense. Yeah, I mean, look, Darius Slay only had, I think 1 interception last year. Fumbles were kind of at a premium last year. We really didn't get much. We'll see what happens, though. The Cowboys run the East. Ain't no one worried about. I love how Cowboy fans always find their way to our lives. I love that. It really warms my heart to know that y'all content creators are that bad. I'll just play. But shout out to the ones that y'all do got, because some of them are really dope. I ain't gonna cap. They good people. Mike Davis, a big boy. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how. I'm not afraid of no running back, man. If our defensive line is healthy, if our front 7 is healthy, I don't fear no running back. I really don't. How do you get that hat? I like it. I think I got this from like Lids or something. I got the dad hat version too on this side. And then I got the, beanie. Then you got the visor when I'm on my Doug Peterson. You guys hoping Dallas will not whoop on the East this year? Who's starting for the Eagles at quarterback again? I'm getting confused. Bro, y'all barely know what's going to happen with Dak. Y'all just started seeing it. Let's not start this. Y'all bored. I see it. ATL got a hell of a tight end tandem. Hooper and Pitts, they get loaded on offense. They definitely are, but I think, this is going to be a good test for our defense, man. I have high hopes for our defense, but that could change after Sunday. Who you have, Milton Williams or Javon Hargrave? Definitely Javon Hargrave. Listen, we had Fran Duffy on here not too long ago. about a week ago, and he was saying that Javon Hargrave is having one of, if not the best camp of anybody on this team. He even went as far as saying that he feels Javon Hargrave can be the best player on this team. So that's going to be very interesting. State of the game: Sanders, Gainwell, Goddard, and kicker Jake Elliott on defense. Hargrave, Sweat, Singleton. You're asking for those stats? Oh, stars of the game. I was like, wait, what? Why can't we just get some peace from K? You know, can we just chill? We don't even play y'all till week 3. Cowboys 24, Bucks 38 at least. Bucks probably going to drop a 40 piece on them. They probably going to give them a 40 piece and some fries. Matt Ryan, Fletcher Cox is after y'all. Yeah, he said all lies, bro. You probably don't want to talk, man. You probably just want to just get to game 1 and don't get these big boys on that offense or defensive line too upset. Javon Hargrave, Pro Bowl year, book it. I can see it. And if he eats, man, you know Fletcher Cox is going to go crazy. So the top 3 that I've said so far are, I want to see what our quarterback does against their quarterback. I want to see what that comparison looks like. I want to see what our running backs can do against their front 7. I think that we can take advantage of that. And then I'm looking for this cornerback versus wide receiver, for our cornerbacks to go against their wide receiver core. I feel like that this is going to be a very good test for those 3 position groups. So you guys let me know in the comments. We got 33 people in here. Let me know in the comments, what are some of the position battles that you're looking for? What do you think are going to be the best tests for the Philadelphia Eagles in this game? I want to know your thoughts.